I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
No video. एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam, we welcome all of you, all the visitors, viewers, Samadhi, Satsangis. We welcome all of you with our love and respects. All the Kailashians, e-Kailashians, all the disciples, devotees, and everyone else who have gathered from different corners of the world, from various different time zones, to this divine enlightening audience with the avatar, with His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, with thousands of you watching us via Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all e-Kailashians and Kailashians watching us via two-way video conferencing. We welcome all of you to this enlightening, divine audience with the avatar, Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. He is a reviver, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation, the only Hindu nation, heir of the enlightened civilization, KAILASA. His Nithyananda Hindu University, which is the world's largest Hindu university, with campuses, with extended campuses in over 150 countries, just continuously collecting, organizing, preserving, decoding, time capsuling, and spreading the 20 million source books of Hinduism and the 64 sacred arts and sciences like Ayurveda, music, dance, art, sculpting. His Nithyananda order of monks, the sovereign order of Kailasa, the Nithyananda order of monks and nuns in the Hindu diaspora are continuously working on giving a superconscious breakthrough to humanity and to bring the global peace. He has been faced with more than hundreds of assassination attempts and numerous character assassination attempts still going on, a huge persecution and attack which is still going on, yet he continues and continues to contribute to humanity. Today we are already on the day 14 of Paramashivoham, level 2, season 10, with hundreds of people attending from all over the world, and with Paramashiva Ganas going on, where so many hundreds of people who are inspired, who are waiting to be a part of Swamiji's mission, waiting to become a part in some or the other small way possible to become part of this sacred mission of Swamiji's, have been for a very long time. There are so many projects, so much of work that is going on with the Paramashiva Ganas and the recent Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations. The whole festivity is always round the corner in the Nithyananda Sangha, and the whole Kailasa festivity is always round the corner, and it's just full. The whole breeze is having always festivities around. And with also Swamiji every day coming live for the Nithyananda Satsang and leading the 2 billion Hindus around the world as a supreme pontiff of Hinduism into living a superconscious life and having a conscious breakthrough. If all of you are here for the first time, and even if you have been here multiple times, one thing that I would suggest all of you to do is to go visit nithyanandapedia.org, a website that comprises, like literally, which has every single day, the avatar's daily is there in it. What was he doing? With pictures, we have videos, everything collected. If you just have even a look at it, like recently I was seeing there's so many people after Swamiji announced Nithya Satsang on Ganesh Chaturthi to go visit nithyanandapedia.org. So many people have already gone and started their research, and many of them are already talking about how he was born in 1978 and how even at the age of 3, he was completely focused only on his mission of reviving Hinduism. His toys were not anything else but just deities. He used to play with deities. He grew up with the deities. He grew up with great gurus. His entire ecosystem was filled with enlightened beings. Literally, the entire ecosystem, spiritual enlightenment ecosystem in Tiruvannamalai, all the enlightened beings there literally birthed the avatar. We have evidences. You can even see what was the book that Swamiji had, like how the 108 Upanishads book. Like this, every book that Swamiji has read, of course, not all the books, but at least many books that whatever we were able to retrieve from his childhood archives are all available. You can see the deities that he carved with his own hands. He was as young as 6-year-old. How a 5-year-old child, how he fed Ganesha. Like this, every year by year, day by day, we have his daily. You all can go and visit. It's nithyanandapedia.org. When you just go and see, you'll understand the huge amount of work that Swamiji has been untiringly doing continuously. There are even pictures where you can see how even the brick was laid by him. He built the buildings physically with few more people. He built them physically. He didn't have, many of us know even you want to become you want to have a huge, whether it's a business or you want to be huge in any field, how much it takes and how much support is also needed. It's not just that one person can decide and do it. Of course, you will be having someone of the way, you'll have someone as a support. But with absolutely nobody to support except for songs he'll keep telling, Paramashiva is there for me. Of course, he's Paramashiva's avatar himself. But continuously, just that one thing. From nothing. Literally, he owned nothing. He possessed nothing when he was doing his Parivrajaka Yatra, where he walked the length and breadth of India with barefoot for almost 9 months. He was walking barefoot with owning nothing, maybe except for a kamandalo, nothing else. And today, he is the head, the supreme pontiff of leading over 2 billion Hindus all across the globe. He has established the only Hindu nation in the world, KAILASA. Actually, this whole, I just wanted to share because there are many people, I'm sure, that I hear from Tamil Nadu, from so many other places around the world, after seeing Swamiji release the Kailasa currency and the Reserve Bank of Kailasa, because when people still feel there will be so much of inhibition to people to even tell, oh, I'm going to start a business, especially in the time of, where people in their life, where people are being persecuted. If you have one or two people who disturb your life, you will feel so, that time will not be the right time for you to start anything. You will just feel so withdrawn. Even when the whole humanity, when so many people, of course not the whole humanity, because there are millions of us who not just revere and worship Swamiji as an avatar, but who are inspired, who just try to live like Swamiji every single day of our life, at least 1% of our life. So anyways, at this time where so many people ganged up, anti-Hindu elements ganged up to attack this hard work and Swamiji's mission, just seeing the sheer confidence, sheer boldness where Swamiji told, no, what come what may, I am going to, when Swamiji made that statement that I am back and I will not let anything happen to Hinduism, Swamiji did not just tell it, because many people thought that's all, just Swamiji made a destination, maybe that's all. But Swamiji has made the Kailasa official and also has officially released the Reserve Bank of Kailasa and its currency also. This very release made people like completely shocked, and so there are many of you here come just to know what is this all about. How can a normal human being, how can some normal human being so short, in a very short span of time, how can he declare a nation and do it?
See, that was, if you see the headlines in all the newspapers, all the news articles carry big headline. He did what he declared. That was the headlines in so many news articles. And many people were also, I was seeing some more videos and I was reading what different people are talking about this. I saw so many people were just shocked and amazed by how Swamiji is able to provide everything free of cost. I wanted to tell this to all of you. I just saw somebody was sharing in a video telling how he was amazed to know that Swamiji is giving free education and he's giving free food to people, which is something that nobody can even think of these days. Like, you may do a charity, maybe like you give some money and some organization does for maybe a few days. But how is it possible to do a huge amount of, this is not even, I don't know, because the term charity is so differently understood by us. Continuously, see, I've been in the Adinam. Of course, now I'm out, but when I was in the Adinam, almost 7 years, from my age of 14, I have been studying in the Gurukul, Nithyananda Gurukul. My education, you all know how much it takes, right? Like, especially if you're in India, at least from what I have heard from my friends, my Indian friends, I know to get a seat in the college, how much you need to pay, how much of expenses, that even if you're studying in a school, there is so much expense. Many people cannot even imagine of studying in an international school because there is so much expense behind it. Every single day, even if you are going to be just sitting and studying, not like you already got the seat and you're going to just be studying there, you have so many project works, you need to pay this donation, that donation, you have to have, like, for sports, you need to give separate fees, you need to give separate fees for and you need to buy a new uniform, you need to buy many craft materials that they're telling, you need to buy many stuff, like for like maybe a book, maybe the books, for everything there is so much cost involved. What I'm telling is true for you. You can just put it in the comments now. How much have you paid for your school? Like, you know, right? If you either have kids or even if you're someone who's just studying, you know how much money is involved just in studies, just for education. I am still talking only about till your higher secondary. I'm not even going to college. Even within your higher secondary, you have so much to pay. How much of amount is involved for the, be it the bus charge or you want to buy a vehicle, everything. So much money is involved, right? Imagine, what if I told you that there are more than hundreds of kids who have been given this completely for free. Absolutely not a single penny is taken, not even for their own dresses, not even for their housekeeping items. Everything is offered completely free of cost.
Actually, I just wanted to share here. See, it is not just like we have, I'm sure many of us may have come across some NGOs in our life where there are kids who stay, who are affected in their life, and to help them, there are NGOs that gets donations and that does this. But one thing that I've seen, like one thing I wanted everyone to understand mainly is all of these kids and even their families that are staying in the Adinam are supported. Not just see all this money. So Swamiji, it is never spoken out much because Swamiji tells it's too small, because more importantly, it is a conscious breakthrough, the conscious lifestyle that is given. Organic food, safe ambience, completely international standard education.
See, just even if you take this education aspect, so as I was sharing, like if I'm really telling, more 100 is too small number. Hundreds of children, because the number keeps adding, and these children, it's not that we are orphans. No, all the children have very good parents who are software engineers, people who work in Infosys, people from all top companies. It's like, it's not that any of them are poor children. They're all from rich background. They're actually from all types of background. I wouldn't say just rich children, even children from poorer families, everyone, all types and from all walks of life, children are there. But none of them are orphans. Everybody has parents. To all of us, like I'm talking just about mine. I've been here for 7 years. Completely. My entire education, my college, everything, completely free of cost. Absolutely no, you actually, even if you ask the children's parents, they would say, not a single penny, not even for our uniform, like for the clothes that we wear. Not even for the clothes that we wear, even a single penny was taken. Imagine and see, what would you call this as? And our education was nothing low. I had international standard education. I had international GCSE syllabus as the education that I studied. I've done courses in business. I've finished all these. It's not that I had any poor education. I had very good education. And all these absolutely free of cost. Why? Just because Paramashiva says in the Agama that when the disciple comes for education, it's like education, knowledge is for free. Swamiji does this entire thing. You might be asking, many of you might be wondering, what is this, something crazy? Like, how can someone do it? Like, there is no, maybe, how can that even be possible? There's no way that they get benefited out of this. That is something unique about Swamiji. In any decision he makes, anything he does, it's absolutely selfless. So it's very difficult for us as normal humans to even comprehend it. As normal humans, for us to even understand it. See, why do you think that so many people are attacking? See, by now, if you're here, if you're watching, I'm very sure most of you would be knowing a little bit background about, okay, Swamiji is being attacked, persecuted continuously. You might have come across some news articles. You might have come across social media posts. where like a lot of his character assassination is going on. Still now it doesn't stop. It's still, people are trolling, people are trying to abuse, people are still trying to attack. Why? Because of some. And if I tell this in front of Swamiji, like if I tell Swamiji is giving us completely free education, he'll tell, hey, this is very small. What you're telling is, it's too trivial. That is why it's not even, we don't even talk so like lot about that. Because what Swamiji is giving, for Swamiji, it is our enlightenment that is most important. He makes sure nothing is stopped. Understand, when I'm telling here, everything free of cost, I'm not just talking about education. Even if you just see, in this last 1 year, how much you would have spent, be it for your food, be it for your stay, be it for your phone. We have like the best mobiles, we have the best laptops, all high end. Nothing is denied to us. Nothing.
Not just denied, but everything is like showered for us without even like, there's nothing to worry about. And also one main thing that you all need to understand, Sri Kailasa or this entire thing is not something that has happened yesterday or today. It has been more than 25 years of Swamiji's hard work. See, I'm not even talking about the time where Swamiji himself from the age of 3 started practicing yoga, nor not even the time where Swamiji himself used to practice various different enlightenment techniques, and Swamiji himself experienced enlightenment just at the age of 12 and started manifesting powers. Not even at the time where Swamiji went for Parivrajaka for 9 years, going house to house and healing people and changing people's lives. No, after all of that, when Swamiji realized his avataric mission, meaning when Swamiji declared to the humanity the purpose of his advent on planet Earth, from that time onwards, what do we think when we see a leader, when we see someone who is a guru? Maybe they'll sit in a golden throne, they will just give speech. It's very rare that we see the hard work of people. But actually, with Swamiji, I would say it is entirely different. People can hardly see Swamiji not doing the hard work. Every day. This, the first ever Adinam that Swamiji started was in Avatipalayam, a place in Tamil Nadu, down south in India. And it was just 3 brick walls, the basic brick structure that was built with one thatched roof. And there will be a wooden plank kind of a thing where Swamiji will sit, and Swamiji was attending to people and healing. Today, not just building the only Hindu nation Sri Kailasa in the world, but also there are thousands of Kailasas around the world. Anyone, just be like, there are millions of us waiting to give Swamiji like some, whatever we think as the best, maybe something so a beautiful big throne, everything. But still, Swamiji's simplicity, you will see Swamiji, just one simple Rudraksha mala, nothing much, just one simple dhoti, angavastram, and that's all. Just that simple, the most simplest clothes. See, why I am telling this is because there are many people who tell, oh my God, how is this possible? Like, you know, Swamiji, though there's such a huge growth in the last 25 years. Every time there has been expansion, Swamiji's contributions towards the humanity has increased more and more and more. I think we should also talk about, like, you know, how people, so many of us today, to get food, even if you're even if you're in a very urban area, like you're in a most populated city or you are in a very high-end place, food is scarce. You may get food-like products, but healthy food is really, really limited.
And we know, especially if you're someone who's working on your own, and if you're earning on your own, you know how much it costs to buy one plate of food. Here, for the past 16 years, the past 20 years, billions have been served free organic food. Understand? Not just free food, but free organic food. Today we are healthy. We're able to be like joyful, fully, even during this pandemic, being able to be immune to this is because we have been grown in the Gurukul. For the last 7 years that we have grown in Gurukul, we have only eaten organic, pure sattvic food. And not a single penny we have paid for it till now. It's been completely taken care by Swamiji. Completely. Like this, not just two of us, but there are so many children, so many Adinavasis and e-Kailashians all across the globe who are there in many other Kailasas all across the globe, and millions of devotees and even normal people who come. Like for example, if a person decides to go on circumambulation around the Tiruvannamalai hill, in the Kailasa there, in Tiruvannamalai, we will be serving free food, free organic food. Swamiji is very particular about the quality of the food that we are serving. And everything absolutely free. Of course, it's still going on, especially now when the pandemic is happening. We know how much it's very difficult. The whole economy is just in a very imbalanced state. It's fluctuating. We all know about it. And many of us are really being very aware, conscious about like making sure we are not spending too much. We are keeping trying to save the money just for ourselves. Swamiji, he is going on and on, reaching out to more people, giving free food to them. Many people, even like if people who are not able to afford masks, and even to many countries, free masks have been given, free food, healthy food, rich, healthy, organic food.
Actually, I just wanted to share one incident that will see all of us know Swamiji's dimension as an avatar. We see Pada Puja, Satsang, and of course the depth of knowledge that Swamiji gives all of us. But it's very few of us who are living in the Adinam, in the monastery campus, that we can see Swamiji in a more, I would say, more closer dimension, where we can see Swamiji's like how Swamiji compassionately gives people, like we can see more, I would say, a closer dimension of Swamiji. One of the like first times that I saw that, I still remember that whole incident where once Swamiji was talking about giving the agamic dresses to the kids. And of course, we all were, even our dresses, everything were given in the Adinam only. It is still given in the Adinam only. And Swamiji wanted, we all were given normal dresses, like, I mean, other normal dresses that people wear, like that, there were dresses given of good quality. But Swamiji had it has to be agamic, so the sacred saffron robes that we are wearing. And it was for 3 days.
And it was supposed to be like Swamiji is also very particular about all of us having the best quality dresses and the best stitch, like completely. Even I don't think even parents would, care so much.
Yes. So when Swamiji had told that, Swamiji told that till every kid gets that, because immediately people, when Swamiji tells, of course, like everyone immediately went and they were looking for the best of quality, because Swamiji will never settle with something normal for us, where his love for his people is too much, his love for the humanity is too much. Swamiji would never accept something. He will always say, no, is this the best? Is this the best? So people were looking for it. It was like one day passed, and then Swamiji saw kids were still not having the not having the exact agamic dress of the best quality that Swamiji had told for. And Swamiji came back, and I still remember because all of us kids were there and our principal, all of them were there. And Swamiji told, all right, till the kids are getting the dress, I'm going to wear complete, like I am going to wearing any turban, anything stitched as till they get the agamic dress of the best qualities. For the next 2-3 days in the satsang.
I think it was for almost 5-6 days. It was continuous. And Swamiji is very clear. He wouldn't wear anything that is stitched. And see, especially when Swamiji is coming, giving live satsang to people, is conducting programs, and he just declares, no. See, anytime you might have seen parents, if you do a mistake, parents might be telling you, oh, do this, you will get a punishment, right? Or even in your office, you're not performing good, you are fired. It is you who go through it. But here, even if we don't have something good, Swamiji, I wouldn't say something good, if like we always have the best things. If that quality Swamiji is expecting is not yet, like we are not having the clothes even to that best level that Swamiji is expecting, Swamiji will take it on himself. He will tell, okay, I am doing the Tyaga. I will be with I'll wear just unstitched ones. I will not touch the stitched clothes.
Actually, it is not just Swamiji telling not wear the stitched clothes. For the next few days, throughout day and night, Swamiji sat, made sure every single, you may ask, like running thousands of Kailasas and monastery campuses around the globe. Like, so of course, no one will have time. No one will, think, okay, chala, I've told the principal, let them take it. No. Swamiji sat. I was there. I was like a first-hand witness to this whole incident. I was shocked. Like, how can someone love people so unconditionally? Swamiji sat day in and day out, made sure every single kid got few sets of clothes, not one dress for namesake. No, few sets of clothes. And then the next set was ordered. Swamiji sat till that, made sure, and after a few days, when all of us kids wore that proper the cotton of the highest quality that we all wore, till all of us wore and came and sat in the satsang, Swamiji waited. Swamiji himself personally involved and made sure. See, I wanted to share this incident for people to understand. It is not just saying, oh, come on, I have given money, go build this thing, go do that. No. Swamiji is Swamiji involves in every single being. His unconditional love for the humanity is too much. That is why this hard work and on this being hands-on with everything in life, people are all of us devotees and all of us cannot even understand Swamiji's love. But at the same time, it is this same hard work, involvement, that all the anti-Hindu elements were not able to tolerate. Because when it comes to money, there are many times I've seen, I have heard people share with me where, oh, just get the money, give, and everything is sorted.
Actually, that is very normal for people. Actually, see, since we grew up in Gurukul, we keep seeing Swamiji where he personally involves. And when I started meeting other people, and when I started reading, many people where they're known as very good people in the society. Of course, they're good. They want to do charity. And what they do, the charity work would be, they would give that money. And because of that money, many people will get benefited. That's great. But what really, really was something unimaginable was how much work that Swamiji does. See, for example, as simple as now, and there are some programs, like just to have the darshan of Swamiji. Sometimes at least 3,000, 4,000 people from Tamil Nadu will come, and they'll come. It will be all free of cost, like some special days. All of them will come to have darshan of Swamiji. Swamiji will personally go to the kitchen. He will check the taste of the food. He will check the quality of the food. He will make sure everything is proper. this food will not like at least like 3,000, 4,000 people would have come. Not single one of them will pay a penny for it. Means they're not asked to pay for it. It's given completely free of cost. Swamiji will go, he'll personally check, he'll make sure everything, not just its best quality, but also agamic. He'll make sure everything is done hygienically and completely agamic. He'll check, personally check, and then he'll go and sit and start giving the darshan. And when he gives the darshan, it will go on for hours together. He will start somewhere in the afternoon and it will go on till midnight, sometimes till the next day morning. So many people would have come. He will not move from the seat, continuously giving, and side by side ensuring everything. There are people getting, Rudraksha malas, and all these given for free. I was shocked when someone asked me, oh, how much you had to pay for this Rudraksha mala. One person messaged me telling, I also need to buy, is this very costly, is this very expensive, where did you buy it? Only then I cognized, oh my God, I've been given all these. It's like somebody just gives it as gifts to us. And so even same way, people get all Rudraksha. If you know the value of this Rudraksha mala, you would be amazed to know that Swamiji gives free kantamalas. These are called as kantamalas, completely free of cost to anyone who comes. Swamiji will make sure that they're receiving the healing leaf, they're receiving the Basma packet, like the energized Basma sacred ash. Everybody gets the best food. Personally, he would ensure. That is something that I won't be able to even comprehend. How is he able to do it? Continuously. That involvement. See, today, if many of you here who are tuned in, you might be knowing that there's a huge, like we both are being attacked by our own Purvashram parents who are trying to use us, like that the abuser parents who are trying to use us to attack Swamiji, and they put a false case on Swamiji, and they're trying to use us as weapons for it. They're claiming us as kidnapped people, and they want us to be killed. And the whole court is also still not giving the justice to us. It's almost been a year and we're still struggling for it. See, as even a normal person, like if you would have been in our situation, let's say you didn't know much about Swamiji, you would have simply told, okay, even if my parents are doing like that, I'll just go and say yes, I'll just go to their side. You might say that. Of course, they are extremely abusive, but I'm just telling, like in a sort of situation. But what is it which is making us again and again? We know, see, not just that, yes, the truth is in Swamiji, also this level of hard work, his involvement, his tyaga, the sacrifices he has done, we have been first-hand witness to it. We've experienced it ourselves. That hard work, that tyaga. Today, so many of you who are here tuned in now, you might all be wondering, oh, wow, you might be wowed about KAILASA, you might be wowed about the currency that Swamiji has given, but how much of hard work is behind it, how much he's actually done for it, that is something unimaginable, uncomprehendable. In each dimension, as I was explaining, education, 7 years, can you all believe it? 7 years, I haven't paid a single penny till now. Be it the food, be it best organic food, and best, highest education, international GCC. You all might be knowing the international GCC system. It's one of very like best education you can get out there. And I've done business courses in best universities. Be it getting my degree, everything. Or my travels, like if I want to go visit a place, go to temples, or the devices that I wanted to use, everything like this. There are thousands who are in Dadinam, and there are millions all across in various Kailasas across the globe who have been groomed like this. Whom Swamiji is, no, not a single of us will pay even a single penny. completely. Swamiji is like amazingly taking care and continuing to do it. That tyaga, that sacrifice that he's doing again and again, just so that there is nothing as an obstacle for his experience or enlightenment. And just because Paramashiva has said in the Agama that knowledge is for free, Swamiji is doing it and showing. You might have heard philosophers talking, oh, knowledge should be given for free, and they will charge you. I had never seen someone living it except for Swamiji.
Actually, when we all are knowing, when we all are seeing so much of hard work that Swamiji is doing and we can go on talking about this. But we all also need to know that so much of persecution and attack that has been happening. See, when you see something good happening, there are different ways people will respond. Some will feel, wow, it's impossible for someone to do this, and if someone is doing it, they are great. Some people will feel, all right, at least someone is not just talking, is actually doing. Let us cheer him up, let us support. Some will feel that I want to be a part of it. I'm inspired, like I want to be a part of this great happening. And some will feel there's something happening, let me at least go and see what is happening. There are some who will feel that, oh, let me go and see. If he's doing so much of work, there must be support. Let me suck out everything. Let me get all the benefits. Why he's giving free? I just put why should I work and pay for my kids? Let them go study for free. Just dumb. And they'll just feel, okay, if I can live for free, we will tell in Tamil, Osila Valardu. Just for that context, they will go. And just suck out the best from it. And not just that, some even more venomous people, Dravisham, venomous people, will just go to destroy, telling how can someone do so much of hard work? If there's so much of money he's putting for people, I might as well take that and then just destroy it.
Actually, if you see this is something you might be thinking about, like how can such people exist? People actually exist like that. When they see something they're good, they want to suck out as much as possible and destroy. I used to wonder, like when I read about Duryodhana in Mahabharata, I was wondering how can such a person exist in reality? Like how is he's going to kill his own people and he doesn't feel anything about it inside, and he's being so violent, he's doing everything like so adharmic. He knows it, and isn't he still affected by it? That's when I read the Bhagavad Gita book of Swamiji, I understood. When a person becomes so animalistic, they lose the ability to think. They become too cunning and too destructive. All they want to do is suck out as much as possible and destroy. That is when I was able to very clearly map it and see the people like that she was referring to.
I have not just heard about such people, because whom I have been, I've been a victim of being used as a tool by that very people. Who I'm talking about is Kuldari Janardhan, who if you just see for the last 40 minutes, when I was about the different aspects of hard work of Swamiji's that I have seen. It's just 1% of it, one bit of it, because it's a lot more. But I just wanted to tell, seeing this, when it is inspiring all of us, it is like making all of us like so want to be a part of it. This Kuldari Janardhan was a mastermind in that Dravish gang. It was a group of them who plotted to destroy Swamiji's mission, to suck out the money, to suck out all the best. When they saw Swamiji will just declare, like she was sharing about Annadan, that's just one aspect, but I'm just giving an example. How much will it take to serve the people, that hundreds and thousands of people that walk around the Girivala mountain in Tiruvannamalai? There are thousands of people and you're going to serve all of the meal. Just that one will take so much of money. I'm just explaining for you all to understand logically. For you to run a family of 4 or 5 and feed the family with normal food, it costs so much. For you to give food for thousands of people that are visiting,
especially actually every Purnami, there are at least 2 million people who visit.
So just that Tiruvannamalai is just one Sarvagnya Peetham around the world, that out of the thousands that we have. And that itself, I can very easily, like, I'm not sure about the cost because I'm not very aware of the money, but I'm just telling it will cost a lot, especially the organic sattvic meal that is being provided. Tiruvannamalai is just one example. But Tiruvannamalai, Madurai, Vidadi, there are so many places I can name where every day organic sattvic meal is being served for free. When saying served, I'm not talking about just to us who are inside, who are monastic members. No. Served to the common public, to the people. Imagine how much of Swamiji is just giving to people. Now, when we all listen, we all will not care. We will just like, we know the, what we will care about is Swamiji's love for the people. But when some people listen to this, they will think, oh, Tiruvannamalai, Madurai, then so many places, how much of money he must be putting into it. Why not go and take and use that money for my life? That is exactly how Pullari Janardhan's thought current was.
Understand? When someone, see, so much, and Swamiji himself personally does all this. He makes sure everywhere the money is going. He makes sure he calls and ensures that the meals are being prepared. Understand? Like she was explaining, we have at least 2 million people easily who circumambulate the Tiruvannamalai hill. Even if you take for once, like let's say per plate, like one meal might cost, when it's organic especially, it easily can the cost of making it will be at least 200 to 300 rupees, especially the variety of the dishes that is being made. I'm talking about like when you just divide it in a base unit and see. So how much of money is being spent on that? What this culinary decided to do was, like this, he wanted to note where all the money is going and where all it is being used for dana, like where the annadana is being done, free food is being served. He wanted that quality of the food to reduce so he can loot that entire money. So here, when the organization, like when the administrators, they're giving the money is, but the output, like he wanted to change the vendors. So he can reduce the amount given to the vendors and the rest he can loot it to his Pinami account. This was what Kulnari's plot, dirty, cheap plot was. Like this in multiple places he wanted to do it. He started doing. Every time Swamiji would tell, Swamiji would see, Swamiji is too involved. So whenever Swamiji finds out, Swamiji he will not tell anything to him. He just allow him to transform. Too compassionate. See, if Swamiji knows, like, okay, if he tells something, maybe the children might get affected. Swamiji is very, very, very patient, just giving him more possibility. But that Kulnari was a demon. He has abused us. That is why we don't even want to call him as our father. We feel so cheap to call Kulnari as our father. We feel very ashamed to even tell he's our father. It's because of this. He is so abusive. And that person, the cheapster, he didn't stop. He didn't stop his looting. He has looted crores of rupees. He has looted crores of rupees in multiple ways. And he goes out and gossips so badly, so cheaply. Actually, even all these are too small, I should tell, because that dirty, cheap conspiracy,
He is a mastermind behind so many different attacks on Swamiji. Physically, directly trying to assassinate Swamiji. Swamiji's food was poisoned by him and his wife. See, looting, even if you're a... See, I'm not telling stealing is correct, but I'm telling even if there are some people who will steal, that is okay to a level, but he's not just that. Understand? Directly assassinating, attempting to assassinate Swamiji.
in order to kill Swamiji.
Directly poisoned the food that Swamiji was going to have. Actually, he directly handed over the... I think you need to share the incident.
He actually handed over the poison to me. I didn't even know it was a poison, and he gave, like, in a wrap. He had a small bottle, and it was wrapped with a lot of tissue papers and in a plastic cover. He told, carefully open it. He told, oh, you don't know, Swamiji might be under some black magic. That is why these attacks are all happening to Swamiji. If you want to protect Swamiji, go put this liquid in his food. This liquid will remove all black magic. I got, and it was, the smell of it was very metallic, and it's a different smell. It was very pungent smelling, and it was very metallic. And he told, don't tell Swamiji, don't tell anyone else, you just go add this. That don't tell anyone else rang an alarm in me, and I was like, why I shouldn't tell anyone? Then I won't do it. And I gave it back to him, and and as much as possible I used to try, like, going away from the conversations with him, especially even if you've come for any program in Adinam. You might have seen, he'll try talking to me, and I'll give some reason to just go, because I never felt comfortable with him. That is why, like, see, even when he was there, living there, I was to never live with him, never be with him, talk to him much. No, I didn't like it. So he gave that to me, and I fought with him, I argued with him, I asked why I shouldn't tell anyone. Then what is this? He told, no, because only this black magic, this will remove black magic, this will work only if you don't tell it anyone. And I got really, it was something, it felt fishy for me, and I gave it off, and I felt disgusted. Somehow I was very uncomfortable, and I went off. Later, much later, when his wife had also come, and she was very insistent that she has to be in Swamiji's kitchen. She wants to cook for Swamiji. Then after some lot of arguing, then the administrators agreed. She went to Swamiji's kitchen. She poisoned food. And I remember that just that morning when I had gone into the kitchen, I opened her bag. Like, normally I was talking to her, and I wanted a pin or something, so I opened her bag. She told that it's just there in the bag. She was in the kitchen. I opened, and I saw the same one that he had tried handing over to me, and I asked what it was, and she just grabbed the bag from me, and she told, go, don't touch my bag, no, go away. She just pushed me aside, and I just came off. Later that evening, she had served some food to Swamiji, and the moment Swamiji ate that, immediately Swamiji said that it had a very metallic taste, and Swamiji kept the food aside. Swamiji is not someone who will see the taste. But first time, like, Swamiji ate it, and Swamiji kept it aside, telling there's something else in it. Like, it had a lot of metallic taste. And Swamiji's, he started like sweating, and the heart rate went high. He became breathless. Immediately the doctors came and checked.
Actually, that's the first time.
Yeah, and that time immediately she had somehow gone out of the place, and people, like, the doctors had come immediately to check what happened. They checked the food. That's when they came to know it was poison. It contained a poison, some heavy mercury content in it. And after this thing happening, when people were questioned, like, the administrators are checking what happened, how did this get poisoned, was it some, if there was a vegetable that was poisoned, or what exactly? From where? What is the source of it? That evening itself, Kulnari's wife ran away from Badina. She didn't pick up the calls. Then only then when we checked the dustbin, like where we saw the bottle, I was shocked because that was the same bottle which that Kulnari tried giving me, and that the Kulnari's wife had poisoned Swamiji. I was shocked. Understand? Like this is just one example of how you might have seen in movies, you might have read in stories, how if someone is doing good, always the hero will try doing good, but villains will be attacking. It's happening in real life that I'm seeing. Because Swamiji is doing so much good, demons, villains like this cheap Kulnari Janardhan, they're attacking. They want to eliminate Swamiji. They want to kill Swamiji. And this is one incident, one such incident. He has been behind even many car accidents. You can actually share when you win.
There are so many incidents where we have been a first-hand witness to see how he directly has attempted to assassinate Swamiji. Please understand, because I do not want people to just think, oh, maybe he would just wanted to see. That itself is a crime. I don't think I'm supporting it. That itself is a crime. But I'm just telling you all, that is not it. He is part of that gang, the Dravish gang that grouped together, came in. Actually, if you see, they all will have a proper gap. All of them will have a similar pattern. They all will come in the guise of a devotee and attempt to assassinate Swamiji. If the truth is found, they will run away from the Adinam overnight
and go and abuse about Swamiji.
This has been and when we all discovered this Kulnari Janardhan, when we encountered him for his financial embezzlement, when we asked him face to face directly about his intentions, then he threatened us, I still remember he called me and he started me telling I had to sign, just come out and sign a paper so that a complaint can be put on Swamiji. Please understand, this whole group of all of them use the political clout. And of course, I'm sure all of us being in India, it's not something very strange for us. We see there are so many ways that corruption can happen. But this is the first time that I saw actually it is real, that people, where someone can use. He used his political contacts and his media contacts, blackmail. Even media knows that he's a blackmailer. That's even in spite of that, just for their cheap TRP, all the media, national news channels published false news, editing our videos in out of context, playing the videos. We all need to understand that Kulnari Janardhan did not just do financial embezzlement. He's part of that group. He's a mastermind who attempted various assassination attempts directly on Swamiji.
And has committed many heinous crimes, many of which we are a witness of. I think now it's time. Let's get ready. Let's move on to the next segment, the most awaited segment for all of us, having the darshan of the avatar. Let's prepare for it. Let's prepare ourselves to receive the avatar with a small meditation. Please sit with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes. Breathe in and breathe out deeply and slowly. Now start chanting the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham intensely inside you, allowing your whole space to get purified. Intensely chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll now be playing the Mahavakya. You all can listen to it, close your eyes and chant continuously.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Please chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
என்னப்பா நல்லவா என்னப்பா நல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா என்னப்பா நல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா பொங்கும் அருவியாய் ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா பொங்கும் அருவியாய் ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா என்னப்பா நல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலில் தன்னை வென்ற நிலை நின்றிட ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலம் தன்னை வென்ற நிலை நின்றிட சீரான பாவம் கழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தனை நெய்தவா சீரான பாவம் கழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தனை நெய்தவா என்னப்பன் 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 அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா என்னப்பன் அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலம் தன்னை வென்ற நிலை நின்றிட ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலம் தன்னை வென்ற நிலை நின்றிட சீரான பாவம் கழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தனை நெய்தவா சீரான பாவம் கழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தனை நெய்தவா என்னப்பன் 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 அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா என்னப்பன் அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலம் தன்னை வென்ற நிலை நின்றிட ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலம் தன்னை வென்ற நிலை நின்றிட சீரான பாவம் கழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தனை நெய்தவா சீரான பாவம் கழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தனை நெய்தவா என்னப்பன் 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 அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா என்னப்பன் அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலம் தன்னை வென்ற நிலை நின்றிட ஏழாம் உடல்கள் தாண்டி நித்திய வாழ்வும் கண்டிட கேடான காலம் தன்னை வென்ற நிலை நின்றிட சீரான பாவம் கழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தனை நெய்தவா சீரான பாவம் கழி நீங்கி பெரும் வாழ்வினை கொண்டாட நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தனை நெய்தவா என்னப்பன் 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 அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா என்னப்பன் அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா என்னப்பன் அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா என்னப்பன் அல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா பொங்கும் அருவியாய் ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் ஞானம் அளிக்கவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் ஞானம் அளிக்கவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா பொங்கும் அருவியாய் ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா பொங்கும் அருவியாய் ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா
என்னையனே நித்யானந்த நித்ய காருண்யனே என்னப்பனே என்னையனே நித்யானந்த நித்ய காருண்யனே நித்யா 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 நித்யானந்தனே நித்யா 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 நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்த நித்ய ரூப நித்ய காருண்யனே நித்யானந்த நித்ய ரூப நித்ய காருண்யனே என்னப்பனே என்னையனே நித்யானந்த நித்ய காருண்யனே நித்யானந்த நித்ய காருண்யனே பன்னீர் கை நித்ய குருநாதனே பன்னீர் கை குருநாதனே பன்னீர் கை நித்ய குருநாதனே பன்னீர் கை குருநாதனே பக்தர்கள் அனுகூலனே பக்தர்கள் அனுகூலனே நித்யா 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 நித்யானந்தனே நித்யா 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 நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்த நித்ய ரூப நித்ய காருண்யனே நித்யானந்த நித்ய ரூப நித்ய காருண்யனே என்னப்பனே
ॐ नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus, Sarvanyak Pitakartas, Yajamans, Manifestors, Sarvaparityagi, Srimahans, Mahans, Kailasas, ministers, ambassadors, diplomats, e-diplomats, consulate generals and supporters, citizens, Paramashivoganas, Mantreshwaras, Vidyeshwaras, Astreshwaras, Lokeshwaras, Ganeshwaras of Kailasa. I welcome all of you with my love and respect. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. Time and space the continuum of time and space is due to a stuff connecting both. That stuff is called Maya Tattva in Vedic tradition. It is not there, but it is there. Because the time and space, both the dimensions, do not have a clear border, kind of a watertight compartment border. No. Understand this very intensely. For example, if time and space put together is 100 meter, consider an 100-meter cloth as time and space. For some people, 60 meter is time, only 40 meter is space. For some people, only 30 meter is time, 70 meter is space. The time and space continuum and the way it exists as reality for you is not the way it exists as reality for others. That is why some people are so excited to wake up in the morning. Some people feel, oh God, I don't know why I need to open my eyes. Listen carefully. The outer world reality is perceived between certain frequencies. Like I gave the example, 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz sound only can be perceived by any normal human being. Below 20 hertz or above 20,000 hertz, you can't perceive it. You can't hear it. If you experience, it's something extraordinary. Yesterday I saw Bhagavan Reddy's wife Supraja. When I was giving the satsang itself, she was getting into that mood of anagata dvani, means the sound which is higher frequency than the 20,000 hertz. Supraja, the experience you had, which you have not shared with anyone, is true. I saw it was happening in her. Understand one thing? Just like the sound, below the 20 hertz, above the 20,000 hertz, can't be heard by normal man, but it can be heard by extraordinary capability. Same way, this reality which all of us are commonly sharing with the word called world, this is also between certain frequency. For example, we will give the same like sound, 20 unit Maya to 20,000 unit Maya. It's only an example I am giving you. Between the 20 unit Maya, 20,000 unit Maya, the hertz for sound, Maya for the reality, I am using Maya word as a unit for reality. Between 20 unit Maya to 20,000 unit Maya, all of us common human beings can experience it as world, as reality. If it goes below 20 unit or above 20,000, unit, you start manifesting powers. Listen, if you unclutch intensely, it will go below 20 unit. Maya. You become pure intense. If you go about 20,000 unit Maya, you become pure devotion, feeling connection. But in both you experience oneness. Suddhadvaita Sugabodham. One beautiful thing, this clarity, whether you unclutch and reach below 20 unit Maya or practice devotion, feel connected and reach above 20,000 unit Maya, you experience the same oneness. Sutta Advaita Sugabodham. If I initiate you into power manifestation, your whole body, mind starts getting grounded in that oneness space. Sutta Advaita Sugabodha. What you manifest is Shakti, not ordinary Siddhi. Because in our power manifestation, the more you practice, more you get grounded in enlightenment. You can see our kids, the more they manifest the powers, more they get detox, means more they get grounded, pure, settled, enlightened. Whenever my kids throw tantrum, the first thing I'll do, I'll somehow convince them to sit and do power manifestation. Either third eye or Akashic reading. Akashic reading is best because Kalabhairava, when he lands, he cleanses the house completely, thoroughly. Kalabhairava is acid wash for consciousness. Kalabhairava is best. Whenever my kids do Akashic reading, I've always seen they get settled so much. They get grounded so much. I tell you, Kalabhairava is the best god. He generates such powerful ecstasy, joy, enlightenment. Now, I'll make a simple statement. Just internalize them. Because yesterday's satsang, I was giving more like a hints. The Upanishads are more like a hint. Only the conclusions, punchline. I am putting it now along with the punchlines, the connecting thread. Sutre Manigana iva. Length, breadth, depth is the known dimensions of the universe, even as per the modern day scientists. Time and space is kind of a half known, yet to be explored, yet to be fully known, still remains mysterious for the grasp of ordinary human minds. But the length, breadth, depth is most comfortably, conveniently, at least understood dimensions of the known reality world. I am developing the special super brain where my Gurukul kids, just like the scientists, are able to decode, reveal everything related to length, breadth, depth. My kids will reveal everything related to time and space. That is why I insist on them not eating outside food. Understand? See, the Gurukul food, Adinam food, the food is offered to deities, which are literally living Archavatara, gods. There is another one technique my gurus used to use. They will insist that I eat the food offered in the temple, Arunachaleshwara temple, which was offered to Paramashiva, and Kuppamal used to do regular puja abhishekams whenever I am getting trained into some new initiation, which will be always at least once a week. Once a week, they will do some new initiation process on me, training. Sometimes they will tell me directly, hey, this is not required for you, but you need to learn the procedure so you can train others. You can revive it. Swami is a great Siddha, a great enlightened being. He will somehow call people from Himalayas, this corner, that corner of India, who are well known adepts in those fields and sciences, and teach me that science, that knowledge, transmit that experience. Sometimes, due to my laziness, I'll try to throw tantrum to Vitaki Swami. Oh, you know Nirahara Samyama. Why are you forcing me to go and learn from Malayichi Narayana Swami? We had one Swami who used to be sitting on the top of the hill. To meet him, I have to walk almost, for quite a long time, he was sitting inside the temple itself. Terkukattai Gopram, the western tower, which used to be inside the Tirumanjana Gopram, he used to be sitting. And after some time, he started staying in top of the hill. So Isaki Swami will insist, Kuppamal will insist that I go there to have his darshan. It's almost like 2 hours or 3 hours walking up and then down. When I asked him, oh, you know the science, why don't you teach? Why are you asking me to go there? He used to smile and say, you should not disrespect. Whatever is said and done, his expertise in that field and the intensity with which he can just transmit it into your biomemory is unique. So you just go and do what I am saying. He used to give an example. In Tiruvannamalai, used to have shops, that village shop. In Tamil, he will tell, அடே மளிகை கடையிலையும் என்ன கிடைக்கும்டா, அப்புறம் ஏன்டா கிருஷ்ணமூர்த்தி மாமா என்ன கடைக்கு தனியா போற? One person, Krishnamurti, used to have shop only for oil. Isaki Swami used to say, in regular grocery shop also you get oil, but why do you go specially to his shop? Because he himself has all the complete infrastructure needed to make the oil, and he does it very sincerely, organically, and he sells only oil. He'll give this an example and tell me, go and learn. I also wanted to tell all of you, always eat only consecrated food. Eat only prasada. Eat only once a day. Make that as a lifestyle. Kanchipuram idli, as I said. I can add some 25 variety of sacred food. Kanchipuram idli, Melakotta puliyodara, Srivilliputtooru akkara vadisal, Tirupati laddu, Jagannatha Mahaprasadam. All this, just have the recipe, cook any one of this, offer to deity and eat only once a day. It's all amazing traditional food recipe. Understand? Whether you know it or not, realize it or not, your thought currents and your reality is not separated by any wall or any border. What you again and again persistently put in your space starts manifesting in your time. What you again and again and again practice in your time starts manifesting in your space. As I said, this time and space does not have a clear-cut border. For some people, in this time-space continuum, in the time-space dimension, if it's 100 meter, consider it as 100-meter long cloth. For some people, 70 meter is time and 30 meter is space. For some people, 30 meter is time, 70 meter is space. For some people, even only 2 meter is time and 98 meter is space. For some people, 98 meter is time and 2 meter is space. Listen. When the length dimension starts manifesting its possibilities in all its multiple level, it gives birth to breadth dimension. When the length dimension and breadth dimension both starts manifesting all its possibilities in multiple level, it gives birth to depth dimension. When the length dimension, depth dimension, breadth dimension, all three starts giving birth to all the infinite dimensions of them in multiple levels, in all possibilities, spontaneously and simultaneously, they give birth to the dimension called time. When length, breadth, depth, time, all four starts exploding, expanding, simultaneously, spontaneously, manifesting all its possibility in all dimension, it gives birth to the dimension called space. Understand? Every time I initiate you, I put the seed in your space dimension. So it just occupies your whole being and starts manifesting. Starts manifesting as samadhi, as enlightenment, as joy, as bliss, as state of Paramashiva, as space of Paramashiva, as powers of Paramashiva. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Just from the space of Paramashiva with the grace of Ganapati, from the space of Paramashiva, the pure superconscious energy, I'll now initiate all of you into the space of Paramashiva, state of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva, superconsciousness of Paramashiva, giving you the experience of Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashiva's Kailasa. Sit straight. Let me help you. Just simply intone your being with this sound Maha Sabda. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Shiva, 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 Shiva. I initiate all of you and bless all of you to intensely start manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva, super consciousness of Paramashiva. I have a Shastra Pramana from Manusmriti on eating consecrated food, prasada, chapter 2, 55th sloka. Pujitam yasanam nityam phalamurjam cha yachati abhuchitam tu tatbhuktam ubhayam nasayeditam. Eating the food that is consecrated, offered in worship, the prasadam, always gives energy and strength. Eating non-consecrated food destroys both energy and strength. This is one of my vision for the future, having thousands of, or I should say even millions of, the restaurant chain which provides consecrated food, prasadam food, without demanding any certain amount or cost. We do it as a service to Paramashiva. You can voluntarily donate. You can donate 1 rupee or 1 coin or $50 or $1 or €1, or you can say, no, I don't have money today. I don't have anything, so I don't want to give. You can say, I have money, but I don't have a mood to give. That is also okay. At least, see, we already have de facto spiritual embassies in 4-digit, surely in 4-digit. At least the bigger embassies of Kailasa should start this. I wanted to really inspire all the Kailasavasis, Adinavasis living in different countries. In some countries, We have a de facto spiritual embassy status in some countries, the embassy status in some. So wherever, in some countries we are a temple, in some countries we are just a monastery. Various status as per the legal standards of each country. You will be surprised to know in many countries recognized by UN, in many countries Hinduism is not even accepted as a religion. We are working now with many of those countries and educating them about Hinduism and making them accept Hinduism as a religion. Anyhow, that is diplomatic responsibility of Kailasa, that's different. All I want is at least all our active ashrams, centers, adhinams, temples, universities, gurukuls, de facto spiritual embassies, all of you, without violating your local law, should implement this vision. Preparing organic food, offering it to Paramashiva, and serving it to people with the principle of eat as much as you want, pay as much as you want. Or instead of pay, let us use the word donate. Eat as much as you want, donate as much as you want. This kind of chain of restaurants should be important service activity of Kailasa. See, as on now, we are providing food for our Adinavasis, Sannyasis, Gurukul Balasans, in temples, the visitors. We should expand it into the restaurant level. Eat as much as you want, pay as much as you want. We should even start providing the parcel service. And I tell you, when you do the good work, always wealth is showered. Wealth will never be a problem. Just you need a sincerity and start. Simple hard work. See, the whole history of Kailasa. In Kannada, there is a beautiful proverb, Kayakave Kailasa. Simple hard work is Kailasa. Kayakave Kailasa. Kailasa, in one line, or I should say one word, simple hard work, that's it. Everything gathers. Everything you manifest. We should start this. This simple hard work. Tamal Tarundas is asking, are time and space from Prakriti? Is so, then which is having more sattva guna, space or time? We learned from Swamiji that Prakriti is having 3 gunas. Tamal Tarun, your question, let me put it very clearly. Prakriti has 3 gunas, no doubt. When I use the word Prakriti which has 3 gunas, It means it should be understood like which has three gunas, which gives birth to the whole nature. The reality component of the existence, the vyakta component of avyakta, the manifest component of unmanifest. See, the unmanifest can become manifest component only from the womb of three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. But that does not mean the space should have tamas and rajas. Time has tamas, rajas, sattva, no doubt. But the space has only pure sattva. It does not have rajas, tamas. Understand? Because Prakriti has all the three gunas, does not mean all her children should have all three gunas. No. Prakriti has some children who don't have all three gunas. So understand, space is pure sattva, sutta sattva. Existence is space. Time has very minimal amount of rajas and tamas which is needed for it to function as circle. Understand? Length functions in length. Breadth functions as breadth. Depth functions as length, breadth, depth. Time functions as circle. Space exists, does not function, but can be winded up into consciousness, chit. Devi, Parashakti, Prakriti, she is established on chit and manifests like Parashakti is sitting on Paramashiva's lap. She is established in chit, but manifests that length, breadth, depth, time, space. So Tamal Tarun, understand, time and space are from Prakriti. That is the answer for your first part, the question. Is so. The second part of your question, which is having more sattva guna? I should say, space is absolute sattva. But don't start judging time as something lower than space. Sometimes you need little rajas and tamas for circling. See, time has its purpose to exist. It has its own purpose. So to complete its purpose, it needs little rajas and tamas. So don't judge. First thing, drop this neo-Vedantic stupid ideas of tamas and rajas are something lower than sattva. Understand? Sattva is needed for your higher level of existence. But you are not expected to hate rajas and tamas. One of the major binarification of great Hinduism is done by this modern day Neo-Vedantis, Max Mullerian translation. See, you need sattva, you need to be established in sattva, but you will never be established in sattva if you think rajas and tamas are something lower than you, because anything you think is lower than your need, you will continuously be hating and fighting with them. Indirectly, you will be developing more and more rajas and tamas in the name of love for sattva. Understanding sattva's need, understanding the place of rajas in prakriti and place of tamas in prakriti makes you intelligent sattvic being. Do not make this binary, subtle assumptions which even you don't spell it out to you. This question, Tamal Tarun, please understand this question as an underlying contempt about tamas and rajas. I know you love me too much, and we have a beautiful, very sweet relationship. That is why I am revealing. Please don't be hurt. I am not hurting you. And I also want to tell your son, I love him and love you too. Listen to this. There is an underlying thought current which is having more sattva guna. Understand? When you ask which is having more sattva guna, space or time, there is an underlying contempt about tamas and rajas. Do not have it. You are chit, consciousness. You need to be established in sattva, but that does not mean you should not have rajas or you should not have tamas. Tamas and rajas has their own purpose. When you are established in sattva, you will know the real purpose of tamas and rajas. Actually, when my kids write their reminiscences about how I teach them and train them, you will get a real version of complete Hinduism. Fortunately, I did not let them read these Maximilian translations of Hindu scriptures. Fortunately, last 20 years, amazing works have come. The Hindu practitioners have translated Hindu scriptures. First of all, many of my kids have started picking up Sanskrit directly by initiation. And even the kids who need English translation, last 20 years, I wanted all of you to know that this Vedic Upanishads book, which I am using as a textbook for all our kids to learn Upanishads, it's such wonderful translation, so much. The translator and the team is integrated to Shastras. So the compulsion of the Maximilian translation and Neo-Vedantic thought current centric translation is no more needed, because the practitioners have started translating. The practicing Hindus have started translating. That's a beautiful thing. And the third part of your question, we learned from Swamiji that Prakriti is having 3 gunas. Tamal Tarun, I already solved it. Yes, Prakriti has all 3 gunas. That does not mean everything came out of Prakriti should have all these 3 gunas. So, Tamal Tarun, love you, and tell your son Rohan Das, love you. Avoid Max Muller's and Max Mullerian translations of Hindu scriptures. Because binary ideas, this or that, yes or no, does not bring knowledge. Understand? Knowledge is ability to perceive the reality in all its multiple forms of existence. Not postmortem. Life is not postmortem. Papa doesn't speak fluently. Skandamata, she has not started speaking. Any ordinary person will be very worried. She's not started speaking. I said, hey, relax. Kumara Gurubara did not speak. Not that he was dumb or deaf. No. He was just waiting for Subramanya to initiate so he can start straight singing. Same way Papa is just waiting. She will start straight conducting satsangs and initiations. She is just waiting to come and be with me in Kailasa. She will straight sit next to me in the Sarvanyapita and start taking classes. Giving satsangs. Understand? A binary logic person can never understand what I am talking. Anyhow, and she does it, you guys will understand. There was a great saint, Kumaragurubarar. He did not speak for quite a long time. I think at least some 7-8 years. They took him to Tiruchendur Subramanya Swami temple. He just started singing directly, that's all, on Subramanya. There are many references in Hindu tradition for this kind of genius happenings. Papa doesn't speak. Not because she has something less or she's not capable. No, she's capable of too much. So she doesn't want to speak ordinary, small, stupid things. She says, I'll speak when I need to speak. When Ammayappan says, I'll speak what I need to speak. Otherwise, she's too sharp. Everything happening around her, she knows. You can't control her. But she doesn't speak. Skanda. Literally Skanda, Subramanya. Hastamalaka also did not speak until Shankaracharya came and initiated. Hmm? So we have a lot of references. So before concluding today's satsang, Ivan Kamath, Sona Kamath's son, Ivan Kamath, blessings on your birthday. With all the auspiciousness, you will be with me, I'll be with you. Blessings. Ma Parvati. Ma Parvati's daughter Vaishnavi. Blessings on your birthday. Trinidad Tobago, Ma Parvati, blessings. Ivan Kamath, Sona Kamath's son, blessings. I do have some more revelations about the KAILASA's administration structure. Paramashiva's administration structure in KAILASA, we are just mapping it into Hindu parliament, the first avarana, the 5 avaranas described in Kamikagama, how it exists in KAILASA. First avarana Mantreshwaras, second avarana Vidyeshwaras, third avarana Ganeshwaras, fourth avarana Lokeshwaras, fifth avarana Astreshwaras. So, Karanikayam Yajedevam Brahmangaischa Samavritam Ganeshaihi Lokapalaischa Hedivir Vajrapurvahai. On the pericarp of the lotus seat, you should worship Lord Shiva as surrounded by the Brahma mantras, Agna mantras, Anga mantras, Vidyeshwaras, Ganas, Lokapalas, and Ayudas. This is the Purva Bhaga of Kamikagama, 4th Patalam, Archana Vidhi Patalam, 187th sloka. Karanikayam Yajedevam Brahmangaischa Samavritam Ganeshaihi Lokapalaischa Hedibir Vajrapurvagai. On the pericarp of the lotus seat, you should worship Lord Shiva, surrounded by the Brahma mantras and Anga mantras, Vidyeshwaras, Ganas, Lokabalas, Ayudas. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षि सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूतद्राविडवेदप्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयान् गीयमान छत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादिसमस्तबिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्घ सद्यो निर्वाणदीक्षा व्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमतकलभकेसरी शैवसिद्धान्तस्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पाण्ड्यमहाराज गुरु क्षपणशाक्यादिमहान्धकारनिवारणज्ञानभानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदनपूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वजस्थापक शैवसमयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिकस्वामि वागीशसुन्दरमाणिक्यवाचकस्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धस्वामि पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तर श्रीपरमशिवसमुद्भूत कैलासपरम्परागत वैवस्वतमनुइक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्रशूर इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ति परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मण्डित चतुष्षष्टि सम्प्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्मशासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुराङ्गी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणिपीठ अष्टोत्तरसहस्र श्री महामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरुपरम्परा प्राप्त अटलपीठ अष्टोत्तरसहस्र श्री अटलपीठाधीश्वर धर्ममुक्तिस्वर्गपुरस्वर्णपीठ त्रयोविंश गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ जगद्गुरो श्रीकैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्रीकैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानन्द प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रीलश्री भगवच्छ्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव श्री ज्ञानसम्बन्ध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।